Welcome back to Dum Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukaki, your host. Our heroes and their ally Ranger are facing off against the actual Black Spider, and it's not going well. Quinny is dying, Alan and Butthole are poisoned, and Ranger's about to pass out. Is this the end for our heroes? Or will they live to fight another weird villain? Find out next on Dum Dums and Dragons!
The Black Spider yells to the bugbears, "Attack!" And the three of them rush forward. Quinny, you're kind of out in the open, so two of them are going to take swings at you.
Okay.
They will both hit. Between the two of them, you're going to take 17 points of damage.
Quinny's at 0.
Down you go. And the bugbear who got shot is going to rush Butthole because he's got a grudge. He'll manage to get past your shield, and he will deal you 7 points of damage.
Cool.
Bringing us to the top of the round. Ranger, you now have a sword in each hand. You're feeling a little healthier, having inhaled some farts. Bugbears have just rushed your little pal Quinny, knocked him to the ground. And one of them's rushed your pal Butthole. There's still 2 spiders and a wizard floating around.
I'm going to leap to one of the hanging webs. And I'm going to use that to propel all the way down safely and plunge my sword into anything attacking any of y'all.
Which one of us, though? Because we're...
Well, you're lowest on health, so I'm going to help you out.
no, he's unconscious.
I think someone might be a little lower.
He just passed
At
out.
0.
Oh, geez, I'm going to help you.
All right, so he's going to charge over.
Might actually be better to help you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
too.
you're not both unconscious next round.
I'm helping you.
All right.
I'm going to hit the spider because he could deal more poison damage, I'm guessing.
true.
So that's a 16.
That'll hit.
And then I'll do my short sword. That's a 19.
Both will hit.
Feel that flow. No!
That's +4.
5 for the scimitar. 6 for the short sword.
You shred that spider in 2.
Yes.
Woo!
Great. Wizard up on the table. Ooh. He looks at Alan and says, "Ah, yes, the real Black Spider. Well, taste these." And he throws magic missiles at you.
As a reaction, I'm throwing up my shield,
Excellent.
which takes no damage from magic missile.
Ah, a better sorcerer than I'd anticipated. Not bad for a half-elf.
Pretty good, Alan.
I take that as a compliment, thank you. Doesn't matter.
Alan.
So we got the spider near me. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually going to stab it with my dagger.
Okay.
13 to hit.
Sadly will not hit.
Come on.
You lash out with your dagger, but the spider dodges nimbly.
I thought you'd
Okay,
have it with a
I'm
13.
gonna use bonus action to take one of my healing potions.
Great. Quinny, roll me a death save, please.
Yes, that's just a D20, right?
Yep.
I'm not familiar with rolling for death saves yet. I'm sorry. So 16.
16. Okay. You're okay for now.
Okay.
Butthole.
All
Got
right.
a bugbear on you. There's a spider attacking Alan, and there are 2 bugbears standing over Quinny's unconscious tiny baby body.
My spectral hammer is going to move over and take a shot at, because I can move it up to 20 feet as a bonus action. So I'm going to move it over and take a shot at the spider fucking with Alan. Go spectral hammer. 10. So that's not going to fucking work.
Unfortunately, the hammer misses and pounds the wall.
I'm fine, whatever. I got to fucking deal with it. I also, at the same time, I've got my shield. I got this fucking bugbear. I tap the symbol of Moonhammer on my Warhammer against my chest, and I cast Cure Wounds on myself as a level 2 spell.
Cool.
Just 7. I heal myself for 24 health total.
Moonhammer smiles upon you.
Some of my wounds close up. I look fucking cool. I got glowing farts all around me.
Is it like the Wolverine wound heal?
Yeah,
All
like
right.
it's working. It just heals up as I stare at him, and my farts glow like there's a cloud around me. And I look at the bugbear in front of me, and I say, "If you run away, you could survive this day. Otherwise, Moonhammer and I are gonna hammer your ass into the ground."
I don't know what a moonhammer is. I will destroy you. Spider number 4.
Very matter-of-fact bugbear.
Attacks, goes to attack Alan and misses. Seems like you're using your dagger to keep it at bay. Great.
Just a little dagger, like, yeah.
Bugbears. So the one who just smack-talked Butthole is going to take a swing at him with his mace. Unfortunately, it seems that despite all of his, his big talk, he might have been a little intimidated because when he swings that mace, he swings it very poorly.
Ooh, critical fail.
And it gets stuck in the webbing next to the doorway, and he starts pulling on it and swearing to himself. 2 bugbears, they're standing over Quinny. They see this ranger who's going hog wild, and they both rush you. One of them will hit, so that is 7 points of damage. Which brings us to the top of the round. Ranger, you've just been attacked by 2 bugbears that are standing directly in front of you.
Luckily, I have 2 hands. So I'm going to go for the throat with my scimitar to one of the bugbears. I'm going to go right to the dink with the other, using my short sword.
One side goes high, the other side goes low.
So with my scimitar, that's 12.
Unfortunately, the scimitar will be knocked aside by one of the bugbear's shields.
Short Sword City, population pain. No, 9.
It would seem that being clubbed by one of the bugbears may have thrown off your aim a little bit, so sadly you fail to hit.
You miss his dink.
Yep, miss his dink entirely. The black spider locks eyes with Butthole and says, "Perhaps you should put the warhammer down. So please roll me a wisdom save."
Oh no, he's Jedi mind tricking you.
9.
You know, that seems like a really reasonable thing to do. He made a friend. Seems like a nice thing to do.
So I put the hammer down.
Yep. The black spider says, "See, friendship. Friendship is good. Good for all
You know,
of us."
guys, I like this guy.
Quinny's unconscious, but somehow still his hand comes up and just pinches the bridge of his nose.
Alan, you're being attacked by a spider.
But I am gonna try with my dagger again.
Okay, go for it.
Natural 20.
So double your damage. So
6 damage total.
you're lucky that spider's been fucked up. You managed to put that magic dagger right through its dumb spider face.
Yeah, get angry.
Which brings us to Quinny. Roll me a death save. There's a light. Do you walk into the light?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, you start walking into that light.
Oh, okay.
Takes a step forwards.
The light is a bad thing.
Well, maybe not. He might find eternal peace. So mark down 1 failed death saving throw on your sheet, please. Butthole.
Yeah, I got a new friend. This wizard looks really
Yep,
cool.
he looks really great.
However, this bugbear standing in front of me is a real motherfucker. I made him an offer, and I'm not friends with that fucking guy. So
True.
my spectral hammer is coming over and just going to take a fucking swing at that asshole.
Yep, that's legit.
And I look at him where he's got his mace stuck on the ground, and I say, "You can still run right now."
I'm still not going to run. Go fuck yourself.
All right, so the spectral hammer misses. That was a really great 2. And I'm going to follow it up with just a warhammer hit because, like, fuck this guy.
Warhammer's on the ground.
Lightbringer. Just reach back. I got a whole fucking bag of this shit, motherfucker. Wham! I'm going to sock him one right in his fucking dumb face. And that is 23 to hit.
So normally you'd have disadvantage because you're poisoned, but he's stuck in webbing, so that would give you advantage. So I'm just going to say they cancel each other out, and that's good.
All right. 5 damage.
He's looking a little worse for wear because he did take damage from that crossbow bolt earlier, but he's still up. Which brings us to him. So he's going to roll a strength check to try and break his mace free. He succeeds, and then he's going to take a swing at disadvantage at Butthole. He will miss.
And I just blow a fucking raspberry right in his face. Just like... And while I'm doing that, I do a silent but deadly fart underneath, so he thinks it's just the tongue thing, but then it stinks like fucking a bog full of shit.
Bog full of shit. Jesus.
2 of them, 2 bugbears swinging at Monsieur Le Ranger. They both fail to hit. You're ducking and dodging. You were right about all that dodgeballery. Top of the round, Ranger.
Well, I'm going to try and correct what didn't go well last time. So my scimitar, where did that little buddy go?
Oh, you still got it. You just missed.
Oh, great. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. 1 in the face, 1 in the dink. 19 and a 20.
Both hit, so roll your damage. And I assume the one you're trying to stab in the dick is your hunter's quarry. It's got his hunter's mark on it. Yep. Yeah.
Ooh.
So 10 to the guy's throat, and then roll for the guy's dick. And you get to add an additional d6 for your hunter's mark.
Roger. That's a 6.
11. Great. Those bugbears look pretty fucked up. Still standing, but they're surprised by how damaged they just got. Black spider looks at Butthole
And
again.
I yell over to the black spider, and I'm like, "Help our friends, man!"
You know, I think what would probably help our friends the most would be if you just put down that mace. It's a separate one, so wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sick. I rolled the exact same number. So I'm like, fuck, this guy is so smart. And I just put the...
I'm just trying to help you out
down.
tactically. I know how much you like befriending people.
It's true. This guy just fucking gets it. You know what? You're kind of cool. Can I give you like a nickname?
No. I already have one. It's the real black spider.
I'm going to call him BS. You're total BS, man.
But you're losing out to Quinny here for my admiration right now.
Do you know what? What do I do every time we go anywhere? I make us a new friend and things get better. That's all I'm saying. Moonhammer and I love friends. Ooh, ooh, friends.
God. Oh, I'm bleeding out.
Alan, your turn.
Because I also know charm person, so I would know this. So I'm just gonna yell over Butthole. I'm like, if you have any healing powers, we don't want to lose Quinny. You have to fucking save him.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
So that's a free action because you're yelling. What would you like to do?
Remind me, we have one bugbear left? Or are they both gone?
All three bugbears are alive. The two by the
what?
ranger
The
are
spider
fucked
is
up.
dead.
Mine's hurt. All the spiders dead. So there are three
Giant
bugbears
spiders are
Still
and
three
evil wizard.
bugbears.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
The two over by ranger are like fucked to hell. Mine
Okay.
has got like a bruise on his face and a hurt ego.
Would you say that the bugbears near Ranger are within 5 feet of each other?
I would say that.
All right, I'm going to fire acid splash at both of those motherfuckers.
There's the Alan we know and love.
Yeah.
And like, even though I'm like busy setting down my weapon, and this fucking bugbear just keeps hitting my shield as I'm setting down
So
weapons.
they need to save on a
Dex.
dexterity.
I look over at Alan, and I'm just like, "You're killing it," you know. I'm so proud of us. We're like a big family in this room. It's all us friends versus 3 shitty bugbears.
The bugbears are so distracted fighting the mad sword powers of Ranger that they fail their saves.
So one of them takes 2, so they both take 2 acid
Yep.
damage.
They're pretty roughed up, still standing, but definitely not enjoying being covered in acid. Quinny, walk into the light.
Ooh, that's a critical one.
Oh,
I'm unconscious. Does lucky still play into ones on saving throws?
yes, Quinny. That I'll count that. So you can re-roll your.
I rolled an 11.
All right, good thing you're lucky. That is a pass.
Thank you.
Butthole.
Spectral Hammer is just going to take a swing at this fucking bugbear standing over me, no question. And I'm just like, do you want to say how determined you're to kill me again, you fucking piece of shit?
You also you feel suddenly your warhammer, which felt like a good thing to drop. Suddenly you feel like you'd be okay picking that up again.
Sick.
Lightbringer's got to stay down though.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely want that. No, you don't want that. But
The fuck- it's not a war
the
hammer.
hammer might be okay.
So I Spectral Hammer swing at bugbear. Spectral Hammer is a 9, so that's not going to be a hit, right?
No,
So Quinny is how far away from me?
like next to you. on
So
the
I
ground.
can touch him from where
Yeah,
I'm standing?
absolutely.
Is picking up the Warhammer an action, or is that just like a bonus because it's right
I think
beside
it
me?
is a bonus action.
Sick. All right, so I'm going to pick up my hammer just so I got it back in my hand. I feel better. You know, you just don't want to feel weird. I have Goblin Jr. He recharged. I've been rolling on turns.
Just put his
He's just around. I don't want to use him now because I'm not hitting anything.
Good. Mudbutt and Yak up here too. You guys have other things you haven't told me.
No. It's fine.
Yep, great.
But I'm not going to use him, Mr. anyways, because I'm not hitting anything. And while I'm looking at this bugbear like he's just some motherfucking piece of garbage, I'm just going to reach over with a foot and tag Quinny, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2. You're going to regain 13 hit points.
I come back to life and I look at you. Butthole.
Cool. All right.
me.
So that bugbear that's
Yeah.
been having so much trouble fighting Butthole.
I'm so glad I invested in this plate mill. If I was in scale mill right now, we'd be fucked.
So he saw you heal your little pal on the ground. He's like, "Oh, that's who you care about." And he swings at Quinny. He will hit Quinny and do him 7 points of damage. And then he stares back at you. Says, "I could do this
And
all
I just point
day."
out, again, you were horrible at killing me. Like, so bad, it's embarrassing.
Might be good at killing him.
I'm going to kill you so hard, your mother's going to die with you.
I killed my mother years ago.
And she's going to die in hell.
Wow.
Hell death.
The two bugbears fighting Ranger are like, "Please, my lord, heal us." And the black spider's like, "What do I look like? Some kind of cleric?" And he laughs to himself, and the bugbears both kind of shrug and swing at Ranger. One of them will hit, so that is 7 points of damage.
And I'm asleep.
Ranger's like, I need a nap.
So Ranger, you're falling unconscious, which brings us to your turn, so I need you to roll me a d20 as a death saving throw. You feel fine. You're good. You know you're unconscious, but...
That was a
we've had worse.
17 just for the audience.
Yeah.
I was at 17.
All right. Black Spider is going to throw magic missiles at Alan. Now,
Hey, what? You were my friend!
we're still friends. Don't pick up that mace.
I'm going to shield again.
Oh, okay. You can use it multiple times.
Oh, yeah, Yarno
Because
did that too.
I get charges.
Oh,
Like I get like 10 charges a day, and it takes 2 every
so
time.
glad I stole that.
Why did you tell him how many?
What?
No, you didn't say it in game, so
I
the
didn't
bad
say
guy
it.
still
No,
doesn't know.
I was telling our DM.
Can you imagine? The Black Spider now thinks Alan is like a level 20 wizard. There's just so many spell slots.
so that's his turn. He curses loudly.
I got some real problems with you.
Alan.
Listen, you get that was at 1. Maybe you didn't know Alan was my friend. Let's make this clear. It's like BS, man.
Well, you're
Come
my
on, BS.
friend. We're not Alan's friend.
No, I'm Alan's friend. I've always
Are
been
you?
Alan's friend.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I'm Alan's.
I don't know that you are.
Listen, do I get a will save on this one?
This is just us talking.
Yeah,
so
he's
no.
not.
I'm not sure who's my friends anymore. I'm pretty sure Quinny's my friend. And Ranger.
Okay,
Oh my God, Ranger's asleep.
Roll me a will save.
Wake up, Ranger.
Yeah, roll me a will save.
That is a 9.
I don't think Alan's your friend.
Alan. Oh my God. You killed his spider. That could have been Goblin Jr.
His name was Spider Jr.
It's you.
Butthole.
Slattern.
Try to remember everything we've been through.
I remember you murdering my new friend Spider. Why would you do that?
Remember that time we yelled Fringa together?
That wasn't the black spider.
Listen,
Butthole, I need you
Remember
to
that
remember.
time you farted a funeral eulogy for our dead friend Jakob Goodleaf? Look at your dog. Even he wears my logo.
Wait. Okay, this...
How does Black Spider know all this
The
shit?
Spider and I have been together for a while. I can tell from Goblin Jr. Goblin Jr. knows what's up. But Jakob was also a spider. Do you know what? I need a minute. I'm good at, and then at the same time I say I need a minute, I just like hit the guy in front of me with the shield, just like a tap to the face. I'm like, oh, you get out of my fucking face! I'm thinking.
Alan, it's your turn.
So we got 1 bugbear.
We have 3 bugbears.
So 3 fucking bugbears?
Yeah,
Fuck. I keep forgetting.
but
about
Quinny's
these.
awake.
But Quinny's
we
awake.
traded 1 awake for 1 asleep.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna try to acid splash the guys next to Ranger again, so they don't like ice him while he's unconscious.
Sounds good. So they'll roll their saves. One of them passes, but one of them fails.
Okay. 1 acid damage.
To dink,
1 acid
dink
damage.
injured or throat injured.
Dink injured was the one who failed his save. Which brings us to Quinny. You've suddenly regained consciousness just in time to watch your
Time to get smacked
family
in the
ranger
head
drop
by a
down and get
bugbear.
smacked in the head with a bugbear.
What did he say about being the best at killing? Because nobody's better at killing than I am. Is he still facing Butthole, like facing off with him?
Who the yes.
I sneak up behind him as he's wailing away on your shield. And here we go. With advantage, I hope.
Yeah, you're flanking.
Tremendous. Oh, nat 1. Let's be lucky. 18.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Oh, triple fucking 6s. The number of the beast.
Holy shit. Okay. Oh, 18 and 5, so I do 23 damage.
So you come up, rising with a strike. You cut deep into him until your hand is in his mouth, and then you say, "Turns out you're the best at killing, Quinny."
And then I look him right in the eyes and I say, you forgot my secret weapon, motherfucker. Friendship.
And then you pull your arm
Yeah.
out, and the
So
bugbear falls to the ground.
I like climb up him and drive the sword up,
Yeah.
kind of
Climb
thing.
the tower.
And so as he falls, I kind of like he falls down to my level. I just kind of get off the ride as he's on his way down. And I'm looking at Butthole. Is Butthole unarmed? Does he not have either of his
He's got,
weapons?
I got
he's
my
got his
Warhammer
You
back.
got your Warhammer, and I'm like, what's Lightbringer doing on the ground?
Oh, listen,
No, don't pick it up. Like that's all Quinny has to say. Just like focus, Butthole.
Roll me a will save there, Ryan.
finally, that's
You know
a
what?
21.
Yeah, that does sound like a good idea to you.
Ha! You're fucking smart sometimes, Quinny. And I pick up Lightbringer and put it in my backpack. And then I got my Warhammer on my shield. And I'm like, I'm doing a lot of thinking this battle. And you know what? I think it's good. Have you met our new friend?
Not our friend.
Well, okay. I know you don't like making friends. Have you met my new friend?
Back burner, Butthole. We got shit to do.
Okay.
The 2 bugbears swing at Alan. One of them will hit you,
Okay.
so that will be 8 points of damage.
Alrighty.
They're like, kill the mage, kill the mage. Ranger, you're unconscious. You see a light in the distance. Roll a d20. You know what? That light can go fuck itself.
Yes.
Fuck off back to heaven, Dick.
You can see that the black spider is starting to look a little more nervous about everything that's going on.
Don't I get to go after Quinny?
Yeah, sorry. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. Just wanted to check in.
Yep.
All
Go.
right. So I'm going to send my spectral hammer over, and I'm going to murder our poor DM. Just so defeated. I'm going to send my spectral hammer over at Dink. That's just going to be his name now.
Yep.
Because it can travel 20 feet. Is Dink within 20 feet? I'm assuming we're all based. This
Yeah,
entire
you-
fight
you
is taking
guys have-
place in a
we're-
6-foot
We're all
diameter.
hanging out at the doorway to the room.
It's not like there are pillars for cover or anything around, so don't worry about it.
It doesn't help.
Other
So
than those 6 pillars of
Yeah,
cover.
I still haven't broken free of the webbing.
you stopped rolling, so you just agreed to be webbed all the previous turns.
Carry on.
All right, so he's going to take a swing at Dink. 13.
No dice.
Fucking hammer. Stop. Do you know what the problem is? Because I turned it around to get witty, and it's trying to jam its halved up butts instead of just swinging the hammer. I try to yell at, flip around, and it does, and I'm like, fine, Moonhammer, we'll take this a little more seriously. And then I take a couple of steps over, and I put a foot on fucking
Kicking us all
Ranger
back to consciousness.
Boy, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds as a level 1 spell on him. It heals him for 16 health points.
Nice. Ranger, suddenly
Shit.
your eyes burst awake.
I was in the most marvelous place, and you were there. And you were there. Quinny, fuck off.
Okay, Ranger, you're up. Currently, those 2 bugbears who were fucking you up are still standing there. Also, the black spider is up on his table, casting things and insulting the party.
Well, insulting some of the party.
He's friends with one of them.
You're the coolest, bud.
God.
I have enough power. They're weak enough. I'm doing a 2-hander again.
Nice. Do
Nice.
it.
Are you going same person for the Dink, or are you switching it up so throat gets Dink and
No,
Dink gets
what I'm
throat?
doing now is I'm lodging the scimitar into like the neck of one of them to the right, and then I'm using the short sword and slinging it into the left, to the neck of the left one. I'm gonna like bash their heads together.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Hopefully, they should crack like ripe cantaloupes.
Don't eat the cantaloupes.
Okay, that's 11.
That will not hit, I'm afraid.
Short sword.
Come on, 8.
Unfortunately, you attempt to thwack their heads together like ripe cantaloupes, but those cantaloupes are still ducking and dodging.
How?
You were dead. You're alive. There's
The
a transition
visualization is
period.
impressive because you are still like sword fighting 2 guys on opposite sides of you.
Though it's also really funny to see exactly what's happening in your head, like a cut to from like your fantasy of like them going together. In reality, of you just be like, and you like miss altogether.
I don't like anything about this.
The black spider is frustrated by the mage's abilities and instead will fire off a ray of frost at you.
Oh, good lord.
So he will hit, and you will take 8 points of damage. So
Do you know what? That's fine. Alan's a dick.
Right?
I learned that
Thank you.
from my new friend.
It's true.
You have to stick by Alan.
Do you know what? You guys are all saying that, but do you know what Alan did to this guy? He had a spider. Like, I got a Goblin Jr. She killed that spider. She's the worst.
Your mind's
The
tangled
worst.
in the webs of the big spider.
Yeah. Like, it's a gentle hug.
Just like Alan is tangled in the webs of the webs. Alan, speaking of, your turn.
Another acid splash.
No, actually, no, because I want you to actually be useful, butthole.
Hey, I think I've been pretty
So
useful.
I'm
See, you're going to tell me I'm not useful. I told you guys, she's the real enemy.
Only a real friend is going to tell you when you're not being useful.
That's not true. Real friends are nice.
I think you're very useful, Butthole.
See.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Butthole.
Butthole, suddenly you think back to all of your adventures, and it seems like, yeah, you know, the black spider was there. Wait a minute. No. The black spider wasn't there. It was Alan all along. Alan was your true friend.
Yeah, so in my vision, it's like one of those like old flashbacks. It's a little hazy and out of focus, and it's really bright. It's like me and the black spider giving each other high fives and all this kind of shit. And then like it starts to turn red, and I'm unsure. And now I'm afraid in these memories. The black spider's like high five, and then it shatters, and I see him as a monster, and Alan's on the ground bleeding, and I'm like, no! And I look up at the black spider on that top of that. I'm like, you motherfucker! And then I'm just gonna fuck that guy up so hard.
Oh, well, remember you're also a cleric. Just
And I'm going to
Just a
try to
friendly
break through
reminder.
these fucking webs. I rolled a 10.
You
strength?
do
No,
not.
no.
You do not break out of the webs.
all right, I got you.
All right, Quinny.
I'm going to run over to Alan and cut the webs.
Great. Done.
Okay. I say, Alan, get to cover. I use my bonus action to get behind one of the pillars.
I was going to say to disengage from Alan.
Yes, just slowly back away from
You're
Alan.
just like, Alan, I know we're emotionally very close, but
Great.
No, yeah, okay.
Cool. Butthole.
Am I within 30 feet of the black spider?
You can sure uncharge the black spider if you want, sure.
Yeah, I'm good. You motherfucker!
Man, no one's getting healed for the rest of this fight.
Vengeance for Moonhammer! And I bring my spectral hammer with me, and we're just gonna fuck this motherfucker up.
All right, go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna Goblin Jr.'s with me, so I'm sending Goblin Jr. to like tackle her dumbass and keep him fucking focused. Step 1 will be spectral hammer. Does spectral hammer also get advantage? The
I don't
spectral
think
hammer. Okay, it's fine. The spectral hammer rolled a 21 total.
Great.
Because if I roll again and get a 20, it's even better.
Spectral hammer hits.
All right, and then I'm going to swing with my warhammer as well. 20 total.
Both of those will hit. You get the sense that he throws up a shield as you do so, but your hammer is too powerful. And
This is for Alan and my real friends. You're just like my dad. And then I take a swing. My damage is 11 maximum damage from my warhammer, and then from the spiritual warhammer, 14 damage. So for a grand total of 25 damage from the 2 hammer hits, half of it being radiant.
for a brief second in his eyes, you see the utmost surety and faith that his shield will protect him. But as your hammers collide, they force the shield together, and his head explodes. He drops to his knees, and the headless body kind of falls off the table to the ground.
And I just turn around a spectra. So I'm in front of the table. On top of the table, there's Goblin Jr. on one side, covered in fucking blood. On the other is a spectral hammer covered in the fucking brain matter of the goddamn black spider. And I turn around and my eyes are glowing goddamn matically. Then I look at the 2 bugbears and I say, "Take a knee, you bugbear motherfuckers, or everybody dies."
The bugbear is going to take a knee. Now, Ranger, here's a question I want to ask you that I think you really should look deep inside yourself for. These 2 guys you've been trying to fuck up just took a knee in front of you and put down their weapons. You have a sword in each hand. What do you do?
Oh, I take advantage of their naivete.
Do you want to melon crack them?
I am going to melon crack these dudes.
You're going to have advantage on both of these because they're unarmed and on a knee.
That's a
You can
19.
And then roll twice for the other weapon. I think.
Yeah.
Advantage on both? Yeah.
That's a 12, but let's see how this other roll goes. That's a 16. 19 and 16.
Okay, crack them together, roll your damage.
Oh, come on. Well, that's a 1.
So that becomes 5.
5. And that's a 5 plus 5. That's a 10.
You want to add your Hunter's Mark damage to that?
Yes, I do.
Roll a d6.
It's a 1.
So
plus, do I get to add the...
No. So basically, what happens is you get one guy by the neck with your scimitar. You're using like the curved end to like help usher his head in. You get the other guy in the neck with the short sword. You start pulling them together, and one of them just isn't pulling quite as tight. But you realize that doesn't matter because you're using one guy as a bludgeon on the other guy. And thus their heads crack together and, as anticipated, shatter like melons.
Yes! Yeah! The blood just pours over my face. It's like a rain, but it's like I just start like spinning in the rain like it's an indie movie.
And you know what?
Like the end of Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
That indie movie
Not an
Shawshank Redemption.
indie movie.
and
Shawshank
like
Redemption.
one piece of brain just kind of like slides down the side of your face and down your chest a little bit, just creating the look of a blood braid ever so briefly before it falls to the ground. You can tell it's your braid reaching out to you from beyond to tell you it still loves you.
There's no words. I have just climaxed fully in my pantaloons.
Oh.
You mean into your eye stalk?
Yes. I see that.
When we look at the eye stalk, you can see in like the pupil, which is at the bottom, just a little like roiling liquid.
God!
Try and blink that away.
I stalk around to the body that's fallen off the table, and I'm just going to search it and take whatever I can. And I look over at Ranger, and I go, honestly, I'm good with how this went down. I'm totally fine with it. Fuck these guys.
From the black spider, you find a spider staff, which is a magic staff of
Great,
sorts.
so I'll take that.
You also find on him a potion of healing, which he could have used if he'd ever taken damage before the killing blow's worth of damage. And you also
I
find
pocket that.
an iron key with a head shaped like an anvil. As you look around, you see there's a small door sort of in the northwest corner of the room.
I will take that key as well.
You find a sack that contains 220 gold, 15 platinum, and 9 small gemstones worth 10 gold gold pieces each. You also find a dwarven ale mug made of hammered electrum, which looks very valuable to your eye, Quinny.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just scoop all that stuff into a bag and we'll sort it all out at
grab
the
all
end.
that
That's
shit.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk over to the group and I'm going to kneel down in front of Alan and I'm just going to hold up the staff and just say, I fucked up. Like, you've always been my friend. That wasn't my friend. I don't even like spiders. We put the spider on the goblin to remember a good spider, but every other spider's been an asshole.
Butthole, you were under the influence of a magical, powerful spell.
Listen,
No harm done. All is forgiven. No apologies needed. We're still friends.
Normally, I would agree with that, but that's like a spell based on strength of personality, which one would think I should be good at. So I walk over to the front door of the room, and I lock it.
What the fuck?
And I turn around and I come back, and I say it's only right, since I betrayed the group, that we follow the same rules followed by the Greywater Syndicate. I say, Alan, do you have a quill?
I do.
Do you have ink?
Indeed, to copy down all my
From
spells.
Lion Shield quite some time ago.
All right, so I undo my breastplate and I set it on the floor and I turn to the group and I say, the rules with the Greywater Syndicate, I either have to lose a hand for having turned against the group, or each person I've betrayed gets to give me one tattoo that is under 3 inches by 3 inches.
Hand.
If you don't believe it, no, you don't get to choose that. I get to choose hand or tattoos. You get to choose if you get it tattoos.
Oh, well, whoever chooses hand. Whatever.
Could we tattoo at least a severed hand?
If you want to do that in your 3 inch by 3 inch space, totally. I have no say in what
Right.
these are. There's one guy in our band that was called Dickface Steve. It took 6 people working together to turn all their 3 inches into a wiener on his face. And he'd already used up his chest and his back. So here's my chest. Tattoo what you need. You each get to pick.
I'm going to do mine like memento style. So right backwards, Alan is my friend.
I think this might actually be worth noting somewhere other than on my chest. And I offer my arm so she can write it on the wrist so
even
I
better.
can see it if I
Even
need to look
better.
at it in combat.
Okay, great. So that's done.
So I have that tattoo.
Quinny?
Quinny writes a small receipt for money that you owe him, in case you lose your memory. Memento style.
Okay, great.
Memento's a very
That's-
popular stage play.
That'll go on the chest. What is the amount of money?
200 gold.
200 gold written on my chest. I'm like, okay, you want to put a fictional receipt? You go right ahead.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens in the future.
I was leaning towards a severed hand with hate across the knuckles. But you know what? You can't beat a twist knot. Twist knot that shit!
And then I ask him, so is this the chance for me to draw you on me?
Come here, my friend.
So he takes out his pants, I draw his 2 dicks, one dick jerking the other dick off, and I tattoo that onto my chest. And then I restrap on my breastplate
Before
and I say...
you do, Goblin Jr. comes over with a quill in his mouth.
Oh, yeah. He gets
And
a turn.
very crudely draws a heart.
Amazing. And I actually ask him, can I put this on my face?
Yeah, Goblin Jr. doesn't seem that into that. He's like, snarf, snarf. It's a secret love is what you get the sense
Okay,
of.
so I put it right over where my real heart is in my chest. And then I strap my breastplate back on with my new tattoos underneath. And I turn to Quinny.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, Quinny,
What's up?
I'm glad we've all agreed to adopt this new system because it's the same punishment for theft from the group.
Is that so?
Yeah. So you got some nice options here. You can lose a hand, or we can all give you a tattoo.
How about I give you an emerald?
No, see, this is the best part. You actually get to keep what you stole that time.
Okay.
We don't fuck with that at the Greywater Syndicate because it's a punishment for the crime. But you know what? If we're going to punish you, you got to be able to keep what you earned. So you keep all the money you took out of that guy's chest. Mm-hmm. Now you just choose whether we chop off your hand or each of us gets to give you a tattoo on your chest.
It's tough, but tough.
Yeah, it's those 2 things. Yeah, I guess I'll take the tattoos.
All right. So, Quinny disrobes. We get up to 3 inches by 3 inches. What do you guys want to put on his
It's
chest?
a lot bigger on a halfling.
It's a 1.5 by 1.5 on a halfling. It's got a scale.
No. The crime is the same scale. Unless he wants half the money out of shares moving forwards, in which case it's half the tattoo.
Fair enough.
What are you going to tattoo him with, Alan?
This is a really big deal.
Wow, I'm glad to know how much you care about my chest compared to Quinny's chest.
What? No, I mean for you, it was obvious.
Okay, fine. We'll give you a breather. I feel like other
All right,
characters
just give
will
me
need
a
more
sec.
sight.
Give me a sec.
All right, Ranger, what do you got?
Oh, this is going to be sweet. So, usually, old tattoos of legend would be a heart with an arrow through it, and it would be like, You say somebody that you loved, right? Because you loved them or whatever. I'm going to do a heart with the words mom, and it's shattered in two because your mom hates you.
Cool. Where do you put that?
I'm going to put that right on your fat face.
No. It's chest. It's chest.
Oh, come on.
You can volunteer for anywhere else, but until your chest is full of betrayals.
Fine. I'm going to put it over where his heart, if he had one, would have been. Left side.
Broken-hearted mom? Yeah, you can put that on my chest.
Oh, I know I can.
I'm giving you permission to.
Oh, God damn it. Do you always have to win somehow?
I don't feel like a winner right now. Who's next?
It's just going to be Q plus A plus B BFFs.
Oh, I like that. I think there's some room on my back for that. And I turn around, there's actually a series of like prison tattoos like going down my back.
I look at my space on his chest and I think pensively for a moment, and then I know exactly what I want. And I do the symbol of Moonhammer, and underneath I write faith in Moonhammer forever. And I leave that one on your chest, and that's me. And then Goblin Jr. comes up with the quill. And he learned letters more than we'd thought when he overheard me telling stories to Ranger. And he just writes, Goblin Hater for life.
Oh, yeah, that's
crude,
awesome.
Crude dog script.
I've got something, I want that on my back as well.
All right,
and when I turn around, you see like all the prison tattoos and stuff like that, including one of them being the same symbol on the pendant that matches the sigil of your father's house on my back.
I vomit. I vomit in horror. But Goblin Jr. writes his little mark, and then it gets tattooed on, and then we're all done. And I'm uncomfortable.
So you're in this large chamber. You search the corpses. There's really nothing else. Looks like the Black Spider was hoarding everything important for himself. When you open the small door at the back, you find Nundrin, who's Gundren's youngest brother, who's been pretty brutally interrogated, but he's very happy to see you guys and happy that you were able to save him. So that's using the key the Black Spider gave you.
Great.
Was there anything else you wanted to do in this room?
I wanted to stake the emerald eyes out of the dwarf statue, but now I feel kind of bad about doing it in front of a dwarf. Son of a bitch.
Do you know what? Having found our new bond, I look over at Quinny, and I look at the emeralds, and I look back at Quinny. I raise an eyebrow, like, yeah, you want to do this?
And Quinny's like, motherfucker, please.
And I'm like, all right, do you know what, Nundrin? Before we take you out of this little cell, let me just give you some healing, but it takes me a while. I gotta do some muttering before it kicks in. So I kneel over Nundrin, and I start doing like that hippie shit where they wave like hands on the outside of your invisible body, and I'm like, hey,
he closes his eyes. He's pretty into this. Any amount of healing would be great.
I'm making as much noise as I can to cover whatever noise Quinny needs to make. And I look at Alan, and I give Alan a look like, give me a nod when he's got the emerald eyes out. And I'm just going to stretch this as long as
Okay, so Alan, you're keeping watch? Yep, okay.
I just scamper up there with my dagger, just kind of wedge them out.
Okay, great. So you do that without much ease. Once you get them into your hands, you realize that they're actually just very clever forgeries. But then the walls begin to shake. And pieces begin to fall. And Nundrin's eyes spring open and he says, wait, you didn't deface the statue, did you?
And I say, don't be silly. The Black Spider did. And I heal him. And then I'm like, we got to run.
So I need all of you to roll me a series of dexterity checks because the entire mine is collapsing around you. You hear thunder of waves, but also thunder of the entire thing collapsing around you.
4.
Okay, based on your rules, Ranger, Butthole, and Quinny, you managed to exit the first chamber without much difficulty. However, Alan is caught in spider webs and remains behind. Do you stay behind with her, or do you carry on?
I'm going back for her.
Yeah, I'm going to stay behind with her. We got to get her out.
I'm running ahead.
Excellent. Okay, so Butthole, Quinny, Alan, the room is collapsing at a faster rate. Pillars are falling on you. Roll your dice. All right. Based on those rolls, Butthole, you managed to get out just fine. Ranger and Alan, looks like you both failed. So both of you please take 6 points of damage
I'm
from
unconscious.
falling rocks. Butthole, you are currently in the second area. Do you stay or go back?
I want to carry Alan because she's fucking out.
Great. So what that'll mean is disadvantage for you as you continue your attempts at escape.
Super. Just so great in plate mail.
So Quinny, you've reached the room with the giant crevice in the middle. Where do you go?
I guess I will. Man, I'm looking at the map, and we take like a really windy way to get there. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna see.
We
if I
still
can...
have the rope tied off to go through the.
Yep, ropes are tied off
the
on both
tunnel
sides.
back to the forge.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide down the rope. I want to take it with me and tie the bottom rope at the other end together, and then I want to climb up and make it taut.
Right,
the
so
top.
people can hand over hand.
Shimmy across,
Yeah.
which will be really great except for unconscious Alan.
Yep. Okay, so roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
11 total.
Okay, you feel like you're going to need to spend some more time on these knots.
Okay, I'm glad I ran ahead.
So, Ranger and Butthole, can you please roll me dexterity checks to get out of the room with Alan?
14.
Great.
16.
You're both succeed. Alan, can you please roll me a dying saving throw?
Do healing potions not work on an unconscious person?
Guys, we're doing a giant dramatic end of an action movie. The less standing around and administering potions.
4.
the better.
That's a fail.
4. All right, one fail. Alan starts walking into the light. Butthole, Ranger, and Quinny are now all in the room. You can see Quinny tying the knots. Quinny, you need to roll to do that. Butthole, now if you want to cast something on Alan, you probably can because you can't cross yet unless you want to jump down.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Alan. Nundrin is running ahead with Quinny.
Yeah, he's keeping pace with Quinny.
Okay, great. Alan gets back 12 health points.
Thank you. And I'm on my feet and running.
Nice. I rolled a nat 20 for sleight of hand.
Beautiful. So not only do you set up the rope, but you're able to grab a couple pieces from your thieves' kit, tie them together, and you basically are able to swing it across so people can just slide.
Like a zip line
Yeah, like
almost?
zip line
Okay,
it.
cool.
Everybody please roll me. You can do either an athletics or an acrobatics check, so either dexterity or strength to zip cord across.
Awesome. And I'm going to, like, Goblin Jr. and I'll Bjorn, as we normally do.
21 for Quinny.
13.
17 dexterity.
Yep.
18 for Butthole.
Great. So you all managed to make it across. You are currently in the forge area.
Great. I'd say we want to go just straight south, pretty much.
Nundrin says, wait, the waters. We can leap into the waters.
I say, trust the fucking dwarf.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
No, wait. First, I look at the dwarf and say, hey, I'm in plate mail. Am I able to walk or am I just going to fucking drown?
I just want to live, man.
Oh, fuck you. I'm going south. Fuck this guy. I pick up Nundrin.
Okay.
We know the path south.
Yeah.
Great. Hang south it is. Dexterity checks, please. The room rumbles. Feel chunks of ceiling begin to fall.
13.
16.
15.
8.
Alan and Butthole, you're each going to take 3 points of damage, but I will let you get into the next area, which is the giant dining hall. You see a very confused-looking slime.
I yell, hey, man, run south.
I flip him off as I run past him.
How heavy is the slime?
You can't carry the slime.
Fine. I thought it might be like a Venom scenario where he could
not
wrap around my
symbiote.
armor.
So the troubling thing is the rocks are starting to fall in front of you now as well as behind you. You get the sense that collapse is imminent.
All right.
Roll
Yeah.
dexterity checks.
Ooh, bad news, Quinny.
13.
Total of 8.
2.
11.
All of you take 6 points of damage.
I'm at 0.
Can I take a healing potion as a bonus or not?
You can, but you'll have to stay in the
Okay,
room.
no.
All right, I pick up Quinny. I'm the
Nundrin says,
strongest.
I'll walk. Fuck, I'll walk.
Yeah. I let Nundrin go. I'm carrying Quinny now.
You've managed to make your way back to sort of central entrance hall where...
So the first collapsed entrance
yeah,
hall?
yeah,
Okay,
where
great.
where you threw your keys way back in the day.
Yeah, my keys.
You feel like this is the most important dice roll you've had to make in this escape so far.
So we want to go southwest, out the only available fucking room.
Yep.
16.
10.
7.
I'm unconscious.
I'm carrying him, so Quinny also gets 10.
So Ranger, you run epically out into the other room.
Hey, I made it.
The rest of you take 5 points of damage.
I'm unconscious again.
God damn it.
Ranger, do you want to leap back in and try and pull?
I
Alan
have
from
to.
the
I have to.
Yeah,
roll,
that's true.
Okay, roll me a dexterity check, please.
14.
14. All right, you're able to grab Alan and pull. Can you roll me a perception check, please?
Ooh, shit. 19.
As you pull Alan through the wreckage, out of the corner of your eye, you see something glinting and realize that she also dropped her glass staff. But because you noticed it, you're able to grab it in time and pull it out with her.
Oh, thank God.
Butthole, you're able to rush out. You're a little fucked up, but that's okay. Nundrin's with you. Goblin Jr.'s with you. Quinny's unconscious, but on your arm. And the area you're standing in wasn't part of the original mine, so as the thing collapses behind you, there's a giant puff of dust and smoke, but you managed to successfully escape the mine.
And I have 1 spell slot left, so I cast Cure Wounds on Quinny, and he gets back 13 health points.
Thank you.
I'm still unconscious. By the way.
We'll pour a
Do we
hit.
want to deal with that?
We'll do a health potion down your
Yeah.
throat so you're awake. Or
Great.
I'll feed you the one I found in the frickin' room, so I didn't even write it down, so easy.
Okay.
You take a second in the dust and the air to congratulate yourselves on successfully escaping the collapsing mine. Turns out you kept your promise to Carl after all, because no one will ever be able to use the Forge of Spells again. You also managed to kill those zombies and ghouls you trapped in that room by collapsing the entire building on them. So, I mean, high five. You gather up your stuff and you begin to head back to town, but Ranger and Alan, I believe you have an important decision to make.
I thought we'd already settled this.
I have to go back, but I know you will live on in my heart. And as long as you have dog, fart, and asshole, I believe you'll survive.
And look, Ranger, I know you're just doing what everyone at the temple asked you to do, so I'm not holding that against you. So we can still be friends? Is this friendship?
Is this what it feels like to have a friend?
I've said for a long time, we're not just friends, we're family.
Will they all put their hands in together as if they're about to chant something?
We're all doing this in real life.
1, 2, 3,
Family.
Family?
Ranger bids you all adieu and begins on the long trek back to the temple to tell them of Alan's great exploits.
And I just call out, oh yeah, don't tell my mom where I am, but tell her I'm okay, thanks.
What?
You get the sense that in his heart, Ranger will do exactly that. So the rest of you return to town. The people of Phandelver are applaud your efforts. They're so happy to see.
I lean over to Quinny and I hand him back his boots and I'm like, take the dead dwarf boots off or this is going to get ugly.
Come on, man.
We'll negotiate for him, but don't wear them to visit the brother. Like, he's dead. Also, I took his
It's
boots.
some honor or shit. Ah, fuck it. And then I take my boots off.
Nundrin and Gundren are reunited, which is great. Sildar applauds your efforts. He seems slightly upset that you weren't able to capture the Black Spider, but he's mostly just happy that the problem's been dealt with. The people of Phandelver are, again, overjoyed that you've brought peace to the town. You managed to defeat the Red Brand gang. The Orcs raids seem to have stopped along the roads. It's almost like someone has installed a slightly better monarch. There seems to be less danger to the roads. And early reports are coming in that the town of Thundertree has started to be resettled now that the Green Dragon menace has been run off. When you return to the inn, you find a bat waiting for you with a message from a long-lost friend.
Don't look for me. I don't want to get electrocuted again. The halfling was cool. Fuck your god. Spider god forever. Web is everything.
So, having successfully completed your mission, having brought some peace to the town, the people of Phandelver tell you they will always have a home for you here should you decide to stay, and that you'll always be regarded as heroes here. And so you do what you always do when you've completed a mission. You sit down to have a nice pint of ale. So the three of you sit down and realize, you've been through a lot these past few weeks. What do you say to each other?
Thanks for saving my ass back there.
Right.
I don't thank people for a lot of things. Thank you.
Right back at you, man. Like, if you hadn't set up that rope, we'd have been done with Alan. Like, this is one of those rare scenarios where, like, literally we'd all be dead if any of us weren't here. I thought I was never going to find a family in any way, shape, or form. Crazy dad, psychotic mother, abusive everything. And then I go off, then I just find you two. I find you in a bar from Carmine Falstaff, and you believe in my God, sort of, some of you, maybe. And do you know what nobody does? Nobody does except me and apparently Fiddlesworth and theoretically Garvo. I'm really worried about that church. I don't know what they're going to do for us, but it's nice to finally have a family that I can count on and a family who I know will have my back.
Butthole, I feel the same way. I went out looking for the rest of my family. You know what? I found it.
There's a sudden commotion. The door bursts open and Sister Garel runs in. She looks terrible, distressed. She runs over and she says, "Thank God you're back. It's Mudbutt. His life is in danger."
And I immediately stomped to my feet and I'm like, well, son of a bitch, we're back at it again.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control.
Coming up next time on Dum Dums and Dragons, a very special adventure I call The Last King of Winchester.
This episode of Dum Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, our special guest, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum Dums and Dragons.
Epilogue. Ranger has been traveling, night and day. He's pretty satisfied. His new pants fit him just great. He's learned how to read both Braille and Grail, the Goblin Braille. He appears to be writing something. What are you writing, Ranger?
Dear pen pal Alan, how are you nipples? I am fine. Talk soon. XO, XO, XO.
And having written his very first letter, Ranger sends it off. With a slight spring in his step, he comes around the corner, back into the site of the temple, which is nothing but a smoldering ruin.
What the fuck?